Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, April 2nd through Sunday, April 8th, 2018. So we're in a whole brand new month, the month of April, so be sure to go onto my YouTube channel under Colleen Lemma and watch the monthly angel card reading for the month of April. It's going to be a pretty intense month, so you'll want to definitely watch and listen to that particular reading. Also, for those of you that do go and watch that, I want to just interject that there was a couple of transits for the month of April that I forgot to mention. And I just want to briefly mention that in the month of April, we're going to have Mars connecting with both Saturn and then later in the month Pluto. And that's going to be a pretty heavy-duty kind of energy, as Mars is that warrior energy, the warrior planet, the planet of energy and action and moving forward, real masculine kind of, again, that masculine warrior type of energy. Saturn and Pluto both are pretty heavy duty, Saturn being the teacher of lessons, dealing with karmic lessons, Pluto dealing with power and control and our sense of empowerment. So those two energies are actually going to be happening throughout the month. So just so that you know when you watch that video. One of those energies is happening this week. So again, we're dealing with April 2nd through the 8th here. And for this weekly reading, we're going to be using, for the main message, the Archangel Power Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. For the main message, the special message card is going to be coming from the Archangel Michael deck, which is by Doreen Virtue. Now that's depending on normally your stone of choice, but we're going to do something just a little bit different for this week, and mainly because my things from Michigan just arrived not too long ago, and I'm still in the process of unpacking and trying to organize everything, so I don't have access to all of my crystals right now, and I've been using ones that I do have access to, and borrowed ones as well from a dear friend. So for this week's weekly reading, this is what's going to be your choice for your special message. We have, the first thing is going to be this wonderful, beautiful seashell that I have had access to and found here. So take a look at that. It's a beautiful kind of white or cream colored seashell. It's got some almost mauve or pink kind of energies here on the back of it. Pretty nice size seashell there. Your second item of choice is actually, it's a quartz crystal, but this is a raw quartz crystal that I found in the backyard here where I am currently living. So this is a raw quartz crystal. It's not all polished and shiny and clear, but it definitely is quartz crystal, which is a magnifier of energy. And this has got a lot of wonderful earth magic because, again, it comes right here from the grounds of Oregon here. And then the third item of choice is going to be this lovely, and again I found this in the backyard, this lovely huge pine cone. Like, look how large this is. So I also found this, and I thought that it would be kind of neat, since I kind of again come across the shell, the raw quartz here from the earth, and the pine cone. So we're going to use these for your special message card. So again, you've got the wonderful seashell to choose from. Maybe you're drawn to that, or the raw earthy energy of the quartz crystal here from Oregon, or the beautiful large pine cone. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what the astrology for the week is. We start out actually on the 2nd of April. It's a pretty heavy duty energy as well. This is that Mars connecting with Saturn that I spoke of, that I inadvertently forgot to mention in the April monthly reading. And you know, I don't mention all of the transits for the whole month in the monthly reading, but those that are significant and important, and this definitely is, because again, Mars rules our physical energy, it rules action, it rules forward movement and momentum, and again, it's the warrior planet. You know, the god of war is Mars. And it's connecting with Saturn, it's coming together with Saturn. And Saturn is what some astrologers call the Lord of Karma. It is a planet that sometimes deals with feeling restricted or limited. It deals with karmic lessons. On the positive side, it deals with restructuring. It deals with our sense of responsibility and our sense of security. And again, that can bring up some insecurity as well as restructuring our sense of security. With Mars and Saturn coming together, it's pretty intense. It's pretty heavy duty. You know, think about Mars being energy and forward movement, and Saturn feeling like we're being restricted, slowed down, or held back. So physically, we can feel a little bit more drained, a little bit more tired. We can feel a little bit more frustrated. Again, Mars is that warrior, so it's confidence and courage and, you know, go get 'em. And with Saturn there, it kind of restricts that, and it brings a sense of insecurity, almost like a lack of confidence. So we're feeling restricted in that Mars energy in some way, shape, or form, whether it be physically or, again, in that mental, emotional confidence level. It might seem to slow down our moving forward. So if you're working on some sort of projects, something to do with your career, it could even be household chores, but you're going to feel like you're being slowed down or restricted in some way, or you're having maybe a little bit of frustration with something. Mars connecting with Saturn can feel like some frustration. Okay. I have to also say that Mars connecting with Saturn can bring some earthly lessons. You know, again, Saturn rules the third dimensional reality that we live in. And with Saturn ruling that third dimensional reality that we live in, and Mars being that warrior, it can bring about some lessons of an earthly, physical level. So again, whatever that might be, whatever circumstances might be, it might feel like there's some transition challenges or something of that nature going on. Now on Wednesday and Thursday, oh, by the way, I have to say that the Mars with Saturn, you're going to feel not only on Monday the 2nd, but it happens early in the day, Eastern time. So we're going to feel that Sunday as well, the Sunday before. So if you're watching this video earlier and you're feeling some of that energy that I just spoke of on Sunday, that's what it is. On Wednesday and Thursday, now we're going to feel this also as early as Tuesday. So basically Tuesday through Thursday, we have the planet Mercury, and it's still retrograde. So Mercury rules our thoughts, our ideas, you know, how we think, how we communicate. And this is going to be challenging Mars first, and then it's going to be challenging Saturn. Okay, so Mars just came together with Saturn. Now we have Mercury challenging both of those planets. So we're going to be mentally frustrated. Communications are going to be challenging, or maybe a little bit difficult. People might be quick to speak. Mercury in Aries would do that anyway, quick to kind of speak without thinking, but especially with that challenging aspect to Mars, and Mars rules energy, and it's a square aspect, which again is a challenging aspect. People might really speak without thinking through something first, and there might be some hurt feelings or things of that nature. So it would be really good to, you know, really this week I really feel like it would be really good to like meditate, stay balanced, stay grounded. Anything that you need to do those things would be very beneficial. And then again, Mercury squaring Saturn, we could feel again a little depressed, a little frustrated. Now, you know, I don't want this to sound like a hugely negative week. You know, those of you that watch my videos know that I try to look at the upside of all of this. And so here again, we're dealing with a lot of Mars and Saturn energy, and Mercury is also in the mix. So let's restructure our thought patterns, you know, and Mercury is our thoughts and again, how we think. So let's restructure how we're thinking and start looking at the positive aspects of things, or as I like to say, look at glass half full rather than glass half empty. Also again, you know, we're restructuring how we believe or what we think. We're restructuring and finding a sense of stability and security with our actions, with Mars and Saturn coming together. So think about Saturn as being more about restructuring and taking responsibility and finding our sense of security rather than some of the other things that Saturn is really about. And then to end the week on Saturday the 7th, the last aspect we'll talk about is Venus in Taurus, and she's connecting with Saturn, but she's connecting to Saturn in a more positive way. So by the time we get to the end of the week, you know, Monday through Thursday, we have all those challenging kind of aspects. But by the time we get to Friday, Saturday, Venus, the planet of beauty and love and relationships, finances, money, what we value, you know, and Venus is a really kind of beneficial, divine feminine kind of energy. She's in Taurus, so she's really grounded. She feels more secure in Taurus. This is one of the signs that she naturally rules in the zodiac. And again, it's a positive aspect now to Saturn. So now the more positive qualities of Saturn can come out here, where she's feeling, again, more secure. There's, again, this nice restructuring taking place maybe with money matters, or restructuring that's taking place with relationship matters because it's Venus. You know, we're maybe taking responsibility about something, and we're learning lessons with the Saturn here in a positive way as we near the end of the week, the weekend. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the cards for the week. I've already meditated and chosen 3 cards. Let's see what they are, and let's turn over the first one. Okay, so we start out the week with Major Arcana number 13. In this deck, it's called Peace. This is with Archangel Azrael, and the message at the bottom says, release the past. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. Now, in the traditional tarot, Major Arcana number 13 is the Death card, and it's not necessarily about a literal physical death, although there can be times when there is transition that's occurring on an earthly level with this card. But the Death card is normally about spiritual death. So there's a spiritual death and rebirth that's taking place. Now, I like the way, you know, again, Doreen Virtue calls this peace, because we're moving out of that transition phase, that death and rebirth phase, transformation phase, to find a sense of peace, to regain a sense of balance. Archangel Azrael is an archangel that can help us to move through grief. You know, he's known as the grief counselor in a way, and the reason being is that Archangel Azrael does help souls to transition and pass over. So again, you know, this actually kind of goes with Mars and Saturn. Sometimes with Mars and Saturn coming together, there can be some transitions that are taking place. So there could be, you know, people that are ready to leave this third dimensional reality and move on to a higher and better existence and find this sense of peace. This can also be about our beloved pets as well. So there may be some of that going on. But again, Archangel Azrael also helps us with grief regarding situations and circumstances that we're going through that might be kind of tough. And since the first few days of this week, there are some challenging aspects. Call upon Archangel Azrael to help you to transition and move through some of these more challenging situations and circumstances to regain a sense of balance and again, find that sense of peace again. All right, let's go ahead and turn over the next card. I was just seeing if there's any other messages. I feel, you know, there's a lot of light that's streaming forth. You know, I don't know how that what they mean by that, or how, you know, what that relates to, but they're talking about a lot of light streaming forth to you or onto the planet as a support. You know, this light of God as a support is kind of streaming in. So ask, you know, call upon that protection and guidance as it's streaming forth. The second card is the Four of Ariel. Now this is the suit of discs or earth in the traditional tarot, so it's the Four of Earth or Four of Discs. The message at the bottom says, when you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change and extremes in how you save or spend money. The phrase that stands out to me is the second phrase, being resistant to change. The number 4 is, you know, if you think about a box having 4 corners, I almost get the message of don't put yourself in a box. You know, don't limit yourself or restrict yourself into this box of thinking or box of doing or what have you. And this is about earthly matters because, again, the Ariel suit deals with the suit of earth or pentacles. So we're dealing with things that are tangible, circumstances, situations, things that we're, again, on an earthly level dealing with. So, as it says, you might be resistant to change, but this is a message to not be resistant to change. Don't put yourself in a box. Think outside or move outside or experience or take action outside of that box that you're putting yourself in. This kind of goes with that frustration level of Mercury challenging both Mars and then Saturn on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So again, we might be mentally resistant to something here, an idea, or we might have difficulty with communicating something that we need to communicate. Try to open yourself up and be less resistant, okay? All right, and then the last card, it seems like there's a progression with the astrology transits for sure this week, so let's see if the last card goes with that Venus, with that nice aspect to Saturn. Okay, and it kind of does. So this is the King of Raphael. And the King of Raphael is the King of Cups in the traditional tarot, and it says warm, generous, honorable, and refined. At the bottom it says, yes, it is safe to trust. The ability to accomplish many things at once and follow your creative passions. So, rather than everything that it says, it doesn't mean that what it says at the bottom that I read is not correct. But I get a sense again that the king is like taking charge. The king is being a leader and taking charge of something. And this is the emotional realm, the suit of the emotions, the feelings. And so again, we're restructuring or taking charge of our emotions, our feelings. Relationships also deals with the suit of cups. And that's all about Venus. And Saturn is the king. Saturn is that, again, that kind of authority. The Saturn in astrology rules authority. And the king is the authority. So here it is, we're taking charge of the emotional realm, our feelings, our emotions, and we're restructuring relationships and maybe even finances as well. Even though this deals with more of the emotional realm, Venus does also rule finances and money, so there might be a restructuring taking place there as well. But this is a nice way to end the week. So know that by the time we get to the weekend, we're feeling a lot better. But again, there might be some trust issues throughout the week, and here we get to the end of the week, and now it's safe for us to trust again. So this can also indicate a person that we either already know or that will be coming into our lives. This would be somebody who, again, is more of maybe a fatherly figure, but gentle, again, because it's the cups or Raphael. Someone who is very balanced in their masculine and feminine energies, whether they be a man or a woman. So this person, there may be a connection with this weekend. Maybe we're first meeting them. Maybe we already know them, but there's an interaction on a nice feeling, emotional level. There's more of an intimate connection here. So it's, it's more of an, I don't know if I want to say personal. Even if it's somebody you just meet, you feel this personal connection with them. And whatever this is about, it has a nice, good feeling to it. It almost has a feeling of bringing you more of a sense of security within yourself as well, because that's what the king would do. The king that uses his authority in a positive way would help to bring you more of a sense of security. So let's go ahead and take a look at your special message card depending on your item of choice. Okay, so we're going to shuffle Archangel Michael. I should say the Archangel Michael deck. All right, and then for those of you that chose that seashell, I'm going to give this a little shuffle this way. We're looking for the message from Archangel Michael for the seashell people. This one actually on the bottom, or it was on the bottom, is kind of poking up. This is your life's purpose. Okay, so I feel like the first thing that pops into my mind is you're frustrated or have been frustrated lately about something that doesn't seem to be moving forward. Archangel Michael wants you to know that this is your life purpose, and he's helping you to remove those blocks. Again, Mercury is still retrograde. It's in some challenging aspects this week, so don't feel like it's something you're not supposed to do or that you want to give up and throw in the towel. I feel like this is a real message to stay confident and to stay aligned with your purpose, and to know that what it is that you're thinking about or working towards or trying to expand, that it is your purpose. Sometimes there's just spiritual energies that are taking place on a universal level or astrological level that we need to move through. There's other things happening here, but it doesn't mean that this isn't what you're supposed to do. It doesn't mean this isn't the path for you. So in fact, it is the path for you. It is what you're supposed to do. And stay strong. Archangel Michael is going to give you that sense of courage and confidence soon, probably by the weekend, or by the time Mercury goes direct, which I believe is next week. It's going to come soon, and it's going to start unfolding soon. So call upon him to pull any cords between you and feelings or doubts, fears, or people or circumstances that you no longer need to be connected to so that you can move forward with your life purpose. All right, for those of you that chose the earthy quartz that we found here in the backyard, earthy quartz. You know, the one, my bottom finger keeps wanting to pull that bottom card, so I'm going to do that. Have confidence, okay? So kind of a similar message. Here we have, again, this is the Archangel Michael deck, so Archangel Michael is giving you, these messages for all three things, but here we need to have more confidence. We need to have more of a sense of our sense of willpower. So this is about empowering yourself, having courage and confidence and empowering yourself to move forward. If there's any situations again, or circumstances, or belief systems or emotions that are disempowering you, call upon Archangel Michael to use that sword that he's holding to kind of, again, either cut away, or you can have him pull the cords if you like that better. I like to have him pull the cords rather than cut them. But he's there again to assist you. I feel like there's perhaps a situation. It might be a situation of communicating with somebody, something you need to communicate. It might be an actual circumstance that you're dealing with. I keep getting like work kinds of situations perhaps where you need to have more confidence to speak your truth. You need to have more confidence in what you're doing as well. I feel like a lot of you, they're saying, are going through some insecurity issues, not feeling good enough, or not feeling like you can do something good enough, or that you feel like you're not made to do something because you don't have enough knowledge or skill or wisdom. And that's all, again, doubts and fears of the ego mind. So have more confidence. Archangel Michael is helping you with that. All right, and then for those of you that chose the pine cone, all right, so these two cards, I gotta just do a little test here. Is it both cards? Okay, so Spirit says both of those cards, which were highlighted, they were together. So we're gonna look at both of them. Okay, very interesting. It's almost like a dual message because it doesn't even seem to go together. But the first one is have a sense of humor. Archangel Michael wants you to, again, with some of these heavy-duty energies this week, and really the whole month of April is going to be some heavy-duty energies. Archangel Michael wants you to have a sense of humor, lighten up a little bit, or find things that give you joy or that make you laugh. It's, this energy in April might just feel so serious, and that will lower your vibration. So get out in nature, enjoy nature, the animals, the flowers, connect with those people that will uplift you. Only watch or read or listen to things that will uplift you and give you joy and make you laugh. Stay away from all other things that are lower in vibration, because this might be a heavy enough month. If you watch that monthly reading, there's a lot of things going on that we're moving through. So this is a message for us to make sure that you're taking time to have fun, to laugh, maybe laugh at yourself or just laugh in general, because that's going to lighten up the energies, and it's going to free up the energies for you to be able to move forward even better. Now that second card for the people that chose the pine cone, romance angels are helping you. So apparently it sounds like there's some relationship difficulties, maybe there's some communication difficulties. This can either be romantic relationships, business relationships, work relationships, family relationships, and friendship relationships. Any of those, all of those. Even though it says romance, I feel like this is about relationships in general. And, although this might specifically deal with romantic relationships or intimate relationships, again, I feel like even beyond the romance, it's dealing with more intimate connections with people, those people that we feel a close bond to, which doesn't necessarily always mean that it's a romantic thing. So you're being helped here with Archangel Michael, again, pulling cords, cutting cords, bringing you more confidence. Also, even though this is Archangel Michael deck, I feel like calling in Archangel Raphael as well. And Archangel Shamuel, because Archangel Raphael can help to heal the heart chakra, old emotional wounds. Archangel Shamuel is the archangel that assists with soulmate relationships, all kinds of soulmate relationships. So call upon both of them as well as Archangel Michael, and you're being assisted through whatever relationships or relationship challenges are happening for you in your life. All right, everyone. I want to take a moment and thank all of you so much for your support, your love, your comments. Also, I didn't do this at the beginning of this video, so if you're still tuned in and still watching and listening, there will be some new services on my website, and there's been some new products offered. I've been posting those on Facebook, new products that are for sale basically or whatever. So make sure that you're tuning in to watch what new things, as I'm expanding what I do and I'm expanding my own path, expanding again, adding certain new services, which will probably be after Mercury turns direct. But I've also already been introducing new items for sale, like sage and Palo Santo and things of that nature, different spiritual tools. I'm going to be making more clearing sprays and more crystal essences again. So just make sure that you're staying tuned in for that. So I want to send all of you much love and light and many, many angel blessings. Until next week, everyone. Namaste. Mwah.